Hello everyone, my name is Adam Jenkins and I am a postdoctoral researcher at King's College London, and today I will be presenting our paper Not As Easy As Just Update, a survey of system administrators and patching behaviours. This work was done in collaboration with Linsen, Maria Wolters and Vaniea. Keeping software up to date is a well-known and popular piece of security advice. This is because software updates, also known as patches, are often the solution to many security vulnerabilities found in the wild. However, there exists a balancing act with the application of patches. For example, recently the supermarket chains of Sainsbury's and Tesco's experienced cancelled services due to the technical issues created by the application of a faulty patch. Therefore, patching is about balancing this risk. A critical metric that is often used in patching is time to patch, since as soon as an update is released, the vulnerability the patch addresses is made known to nefarious actors and is likely to be targeted. Hence, it can be a race against time to apply it before a vulnerability is exploited. Previous research has shown that many end users often misunderstand the security benefits and will avoid patches to their own detriment. However, this work focuses on patching practices of system administrators, henceforth referred to as sysadmins. This group are IT professionals involved in managing and monitoring multi-user computing systems. This group have been shown to be highly collaborative and cooperative in their working practices, often adjusting many standard tools and methods to suit their idiosyncratic systems and contexts. Research has also shown that they are often working with large systems that they may not fully understand, and in fact just seem to work. They play a pivotal role for their organisations as technical brokers who take technical information on and translate it to suit their organisation. This group are also highly influential in the security of many businesses and their end users, often interacting and implementing highly technical systems such as firewalls, SSL and HTTPS. Looking solely at sysadmins and patching, previous research has been able to identify several complementary and yet distinct stages in the full process, which you can see here on the right hand side. Additionally, coordination is key to solving issues that occur during this process, with many teams involved. These stages may not necessarily appear in a chronological order, and in fact may jump or loop through the stages depending on the context. For example, sysadmins may prioritise stage 2 prioritization certain patches due to their severity ratings, but they may also seek workarounds, stage 6 installation, due to interruptions arising from the need to keep the intended system running for business commitments, which is stage 3 decisions, or due to issues highlighted during the testing of patch quality, which is stage 5 testing. Given the findings of previous research, we were interested in delving further into the patching behaviours of admins during these patching stages. Hence, our research questions are as follows. RQ1. Which practices do sysadmins engage in during the different stages of the patching process, and how prevalent are these practices? Question 2. How does the work in context of a sysadmin, e.g. the organisational size, or system type supported impact patching practices? To answer these questions, we employed the survey methodology to attempt to gather a large sample of sysadmins, given the difficult nature of gathering willing participants from this user group. Our survey was designed to be short and was comprised of a comprehensive list of behaviours and actions found in previous literature. These were then listed with their associated stages in the patching process. Additionally, due to our understanding that admins managed multiple systems, we had them select their baseline system for which all their answers were to be based upon. This was done to reduce complexity and to allow groupings of responses to address our second research question. Questions for the awareness, prioritisation and preparation stages were listed as 5-point Likert questions regarding the frequency of engagement with said action. Questions for deciding, testing and post-installation were singular questions or multiple choice. Our survey was distributed for 2 full weeks between the 24th of August to the 7th of September 2021, and we utilised a snowballing sampling approach. We shared the survey with known sysadmin influencers and communities such as r/sysadmin on Reddit and patchmanagement.org mailing list. To conduct our analysis and answer RQ2, we grouped responses by system, with clients and server admins compared, and by organisation size, with SMEs or small medium enterprises compared to large organisations. We used Mann-Whitney tests when we were comparing Likert questions and chi-squared for single response answers. Bonferroni collections were applied to reduce type 1 errors. Our final sample resulted in a total of 220 participants, of which the majority were male and between the ages of 25 and 45. 79% had received some form of higher education, and more than half were based in North America. Our sample was highly experienced in administration, with 51% stating that they had over 11 years of job experience. Just over 3/4 managed patches for a single organisation, and 2/3 had over 250 employees in which they supported. The largest sectors that these organisations included were technology, education, government, healthcare. And just over a third managed over 1,000 machines, with the vast majority of admins working with Windows machines. Additionally, 55% of them worked with either 1 to 5 other sysadmins. For further details about the demographics and results, I encourage those interested to read our paper, but due to time constraints, I will focus on some of the more interesting results. At the awareness stage, we found that the majority of admins were less frequently alerted to patches' existence by the software itself, and rather expected patches due to the routine schedule. This result highlights the importance of Patch Tuesday events and the heavy focus of Windows software in our sample. Additionally, we found that large organisations were significantly more likely to rely on the regularity than SMEs, highlighting that SMEs may be more reactive to out-of-schedule patches and or the release of hotfixes. In the prioritisation stage, patching policies were frequently cited as a guide for deciding what patches to concentrate on in that month's schedule. SMEs were significantly more likely to factor in potential downtime of systems compared to large organisations. This makes sense given the potential resources available to each group, and the systems being down may have a larger impact on smaller organisations. Finally, client admins were more likely to use online advice to prioritise when compared to server admins. Again, this is likely due to the homogeneous nature of client desktops as opposed to the unique and customised nature of businesses and their servers. For the testing stage, it was found that 12% applied no tests at all, and only 37% reported a dedicated testing environment. Larger organisations were more likely to report the use of a dedicated testing environment compared to SMEs, again confirming the disparity of resources available to sysadmins to test patches. And the final post-installation stage highlighted that less than 1/4 of admins resorted to uninstalling erroneous patches immediately, and instead many employed other methods to work around and troubleshoot errors. SMEs reported higher number of online forum usage compared to large organisations, indicating that many of these admins may also lack colleagues from whom they may pair debug affected systems. In this final section, I will highlight some of the implications of this research and the key points of interest for readers to review in their own time. First, our results highlight and confirm that there appears to be a global approach to software patching, with only slight deviations based on context. It is therefore of benefit to know that in studying these processes, and other IT professionals, like sysadmins or developers, may benefit from the unique and focused studies such as case studies. Moreover, our work highlights that these online communities are a valuable source for gathering participants and for informing the future research directions, such as where security advice for IT professionals may originate and develop. These online sources are valuable throughout the patching process and are not solely for informing awareness or prioritization stages, but also in later troubleshooting stages and when handling errors. Second, our work challenges the formality of the testing process used by sysadmins when preparing patches, with dedicated testing environments not as prominent as previously believed. In fact, informal approaches, such as testing on personal computers or staged deployment, may be more prominent in smaller organizations. This makes sense when we have dedicated twin environments for testing may just result in doubling the workload for already busy and stretched admins. Finally, our results challenge the notion of uninstalling erroneous patches as the default option, and in fact, our results highlight that the known collaborative and problem-solving nature of these admins who engage in multiple practices to address system issues. Future research should continue to expand on our work and identify where tools may be developed to aid the problem-solving activity that supports the necessary coordination needed when managing large, complex systems and their security. I would like to end by thanking the many helpful sysadmins who participated in this study and other works within my thesis, with special thanks to members of the patchmanagement.org mailing list and the friendly moderators of r/sysadmin. I would also like to take this time to thank my collaborators, Linsen, Dr. Wolters and Dr. Vaniea, and I welcome any questions from the audience. Thank you for watching, and I encourage you to reach out to myself and read our paper. Cheers.